Okay, it is the 12th of September 2021, and it's Sunday about 5:30. Irina and I are walking around another dolmen site here in the same Jean River Valley, and I'm going to pick my way down here. This is a fallen dolmen. This is the remains of a false dolmen, where the portal was in the back side, and the front side was carved as if it was a real dolmen face. Here's I think the capstone, giant capstone. Here is the former front of the dolmen, and you can see it was carved here. The stone was carved, so there's this lintel over there that would have been the upper part, and this knob is normally what would have been the plug in the front hole. These are later dolmens. Later dolmens were created apparently by a new culture that moved in and kept making cultures, but in order to differentiate them from the older ones, I don't know, they felt it was bad mojo or something. They instead of just putting the hole in the front, they put it in the back. And here's another one of the false dolmens. This is one that's stayed upright despite earthquakes in the region and such. By the way, everything we see around here, this is in the valley of 1,000 kurgans. That's a tumulus tomb right there. You see that little hill. Underneath that is somebody's buried, and they're buried there probably about at least 4,000 years ago, maybe 5,000 years ago. And there's it's not 1,000 kurgans here, but there are about 500 of them, and pretty much everywhere you look here, there's these little hillocks, and every one of these little hillocks, like right there, is a kurgan. And over there on the other side of the dolmen, beyond the dolmen, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are all these little hills, like on the other side of that, where that sign is on. To the left of the sign, where the bench and the little copse of trees, that's a kurgan, and over there's another kurgan, and so on. And inside the larger kurgans, you find things like complete horses that are buried there, with their bridles and stuff and other equipment. And over top of the horses, often there's a funerary urn with the bones of, the owner. In really big kurgans, you'll see attendants and slaves and stuff like that buried with the guy, whoever was buried in the kurgan. But I think a lot of these, like this one here, is probably more modest, though. You just find a body, whoever's the owner. But these were elites. And in the actual dolmen, they were used as grave sites, and they were used as grave sites for many different generations, hundreds of years. So we're near Gelenjik from the Jean River Valley, and goodbye from the Jean River Valley.